Welcome on in, folks, for another episode of Death Race. I'm your host, Rich Richardson, and this week, Vinny and the family are looking to dethrone the fan favorite, Big Roy, and his scrap pack. As always, we can expect a lot of death and destruction on this family-friendly program. Will Vinny be able to dethrone the fan favorite, Big Roy, or will he find himself getting wrecked? Well, folks, there's only one way to find out. Get your popcorn and your beer hats ready, because we're about to show down in this week's episode of Gaslands Refuelled. Welcome on in, folks. I'll be your host tonight, Rich Richardson, but you can call me Dick. And tonight will be our first ever episode of Death Race here on the channel. Diesel, aka Vinny in the Red RX-7, and his crew, the family, look to show down against Big Roy in the pickup truck and his crew, the Scrap Pack. Real quick, a shout out from our sponsor of the program tonight, and that's our YouTube members. Without you folks, this battle report wouldn't have been possible. Alright, with that out of the way, let's head it on over to our second announcer, Mike, covering the crews for tonight. Thanks, Dick. Appreciate it. We're down here in the pit right now with Vinny and his crew, the family. They are getting prepped up, making sure those lug nuts are tight, and the guns are all loaded up. Now, starting off, we have a buggy. The driver's name is Herb, and he's equipped with a flamethrower. He has a max gear of 6, he has 4 handling, and 6 hull points. The buggy's going to be trying to make its way up the field, and probably trying to put some heat on the competition, if you know what I mean, Rich. Oh, I'd hate to see Big Roy smash into this little thing with Roy's wrecking truck. Isn't that right, folks? Even though the buggy has great handling, it's a lightweight vehicle, and it's certainly going to be taking a beating out there if it gets too much damage. Now moving on over to Easy, driving the 1966 Buick Riviera. The car's got a handling of 3, a max gear of 5, and it has 10 hull points. It's a middleweight vehicle. It's equipped with armor plating, giving it 2 additional hull points, as well as a heavy machine gun for some serious firepower on the hood. I must say, Mike, that car does look quite nice. What do you think, folks? Last but not least, we have the leader of the crew, and it's all about the family. Diesel, aka Vinny, in the 1994 RX-7 FD3S. He's got some under the hood modifications, but technically they don't count as upgrades. The performance car has a max gear of 6, handling of 4, and 8 hull points. It's considered a middleweight vehicle. And last but not least, the gigantic rocket launcher on the roof is going to be providing some serious firepower. Now, is this right, Mike? We're getting a quote here that Vinny likes to live his life a quarter mile at a time. He also likes to have barbecues and eat tuna fish sandwiches. We'll see if Vinny and his crew are going to be able to put the pressure on Big Roy, as Big Roy is a crowd favorite here, and he does have his jersey hung up in the beer stand. Alright, now moving on to the fan favorite here, Big Roy and his crew, the Scrap Pack. They're looking to hold their title here as arena champions and looking to start out the new season of Death Race, making a mark. Starting off, we have a buggy here. Jim Bob driving a more modern VW bug here. This time though, Jim Bob and his crew have decided to add some armor plating and the free handgun as well. A little note, all the drivers have handguns. The buggy here again has a max gear of 6, crew of 2, handling of 4, and 6 hull points, and is a lightweight vehicle. Oh, I wouldn't want to be in that thing when Vinny's RX-7 shoots a rocket at it, right, folks? We'll see if that armor plating makes this buggy a little bit more durable. Next up, we have Esteban, who is driving an Audi station wagon, classified as a car here for the race. It has a max gear of 5, a crew of 2, a handling of 3, and has 10 hull points. And it has armor plating and heavy machine gun upgrades, just like Easy in the Riviera. Oh, Esteban. That's right, we hear the crowd here. This is Big Roy's second in command for a long time. Now last but not least, the leader of the crew, Big Roy, driving his highly modified pickup truck. It has a max gear of 4, a crew of 3, a handling of 2, and has a whopping 12 hull points. And for the loadout, Big Roy's using his fan favorite of the Ram and Harpoon combo, looking to get crushing as usual.
That's right, folks. You know him and love him, Big Roy. Give him a round of applause.
We'll see if Big Roy and his crew can keep up the dominance here in tonight's death race. Now, players rolling off here to figure out who will be taking pole position in deployment, and Big Roy and the Scrap Pack win the roll-off. Now, I'll be playing with Big Roy and the Scrap Pack today, and Rev will be using Diesel, aka Vinny, and the family. Now, Gaslands is a tabletop war game using Matchbox or Hot Wheel-sized cars. We've modified them, and we use a set of templates to essentially determine whether or not a maneuver is simple or dangerous, and we roll dice to shift up and to determine how the action or the handling went with the car. I'll be explaining the game as we go along to hopefully try not to keep it too complicated to anybody that's new to it. Now for the race today, we have 3 gates the drivers are going to have to make their way through, starting off with our lawn straightaway right out the first gate, and drivers won't be able to use their weapons until they pass the first gate. Now from the first gate here, we have a pretty gentle left turn into a hard, sharp left turn. Navigating the bends here and picking the right template is going to be a tricky thing, especially being that once you pick a template up, you have to use it. And after gate 1 here, with this gentle into the hard turn here, leading to the second gate, which opens us up to the lawn straightaway with some boxes and some destructibles in the way. And last but not least, we have the finish line, which is gate 3. By the shipping containers here, whichever is the first car to pass through the finish line, that team will win the race. In pole position, we have Jim Bob first in the red buggy. Then we have Easy in the Buick Riviera. And we have Diesel in the RX-7. We have Esteban in the blue Audi. Big Roy in his truck. And we have Herb in the buggy. Now every car will be starting in first gear, and starting with the player in pole position, that's me. We're going to be activating in first gear here and getting off the starting line, hopefully not leading to too much of a traffic jam or pileup. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get started with our first ever death race here of Gaslands Refuelled. Now Jim Bob is up first in the buggy here. He's got a handling of 4, and he could choose to roll some dice, but being that he's choosing a medium template, he gets a free gear shift. So he's going to be able to use that to go up 1 gear. But being that he did go up a gear, he's going to get a hazard token. One thing to note, if you get 6 hazard tokens, you wipe out, go to gear 1, and potentially flip the car.
And they're off, folks, with Jim Bob taking off from the starting line.
And with the free shift, a pretty safe maneuver here. Jim Bob shifting to second gear, taking off from the starting line. So now Easy's turn is up next. He's got a big old V8 in this 66 Buick Riviera. And instead of taking the easy route here, he's going to rev it up and dump it.
Stupid clutch acting up. Come on.
Unfortunately, not getting any shift icons, getting 2 hazards, and a spin, he's going to push it here and re-roll his dice. This time faring a little bit better, getting a shift, a slide, and a spin. So Easy here is shifting up to second gear, not negating the slide effect, and then using the spin effect to straighten himself out. He does accrue quite a few hazard tokens in the process though. He must have burned out the clutch a little bit. It's one of the downsides of not choosing the free gear maneuver.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Now Esteban is up here, and after smelling that clutch smoke, he's just going to use a medium template here. He's going to use his free shift result, and he's going to shift up to second gear, but gain a hazard. And with the sound of a rotary motor screaming in the background, Vinny finally dumps the clutch here. He's going to be rolling his dice for his medium template. It's all about the family. Unfortunately gets 2 spins, so pushes his dice. This time getting a shift and a spin, but he's going to get himself up to second gear here using the free shift result and the rolled shift result to double clutch and go up to third gear, but now getting some hazard tokens in the process as well. And Big Roy choosing to take the free safe maneuver here and shifting up to second gear using the medium template, but also getting a hazard token. And all 3 of Big Roy's vehicles have shifted up to second gear. Last but not least, Herb is taken off the starting line here. This time, learning from his crew, he's just going to be using the free shift up, just getting 1 hazard token, going to second gear. Now there are gear phases, so we're going to be going through each gear phase, and each vehicle that is in that current gear will be able to activate. So all of the vehicles in second gear now will be able to activate. And starting off with the player in pole position, that's me. Big Roy's choosing to do what he does best. He's going to shift up even though Vinny is right in front of him. He's going to smash with his ram into the back of the classic 94 RX-7. Now the way the battering ram works is he's going to get 2 attacks for that. Normally we would add up the attacks depending on whether it's a T-bone or whether it's a head-on collision. He's just going to be getting 2 attacks here. Looking for 4s, getting 2 hits on 6s. Unfortunately not getting any damage. He is able to add 2 more hazard tokens from a collision, leading to 6, and Diesel now wipes out. From the wipeout, you reset your gear to 1, you take all your hazards away, and see if you flip. And as a result of wiping out, I spin the vehicle, facing into the gate.
Oh, Big Roy, ladies and gentlemen. You know him and you love him.
Now Easy's looking to get the hell out of Dodge here. He's going to be activating. Not learning his lesson, Reb choosing to roll his dice again. He's going to have to push it here. He gets 2 shift results and a slide. He's going to use the shifts here to go up to 4th gear and get in some hazards. Well, Esteban is activating here and just using the free shift up, getting a hazard token, but going to 3rd gear. And Big Roy's crew knows how to do it best here. They're veterans on the track. Take it easy till the first gate. That's when the real carnage can begin. Now Herb, driving right next to this pickup truck and seeing the carnage happening, is looking to get a little speed boost here, and Reb's going to roll his dice. And a slide, he's going to push it here, luckily getting 2 shift results. He's able to double shift up to 4th gear and cancel one of the hazards.
Look at that, folks. Herb is making his move.
So now Jim Bob in the buggy here again is just shifting up to 3rd gear. Not looking to put too much stress on the vehicle chassis till they really get started with the race. And now the crowd goes wild. They can see from the grandstands here what's going to happen.
Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Big Roy.
Big Roy is going to shift up to 4th gear here. Using the gentle turn template to go up to 4th gear, he is going to have to roll for it. Using his 2 handling, he does get a shift up and the hazard dice for an additional hazard, so 2 hazards. Taking a gentle turn maneuver now, he's going to be able to get a T-bone hit onto Herb's lightweight vehicle. Now adding up the difference from the vehicle class and the gear for the T-bone as well as the ram here, Big Roy is going to get quite a hell of a hit on Herb in his buggy.
That's right, folks. This is what we were waiting for.
Getting 4 hits here and managing a 6 to save. The buggy loses 3 hull points and only has 3 remaining.
Oh, and that's going to be hard for Herb to recover from.
Luckily not getting 6 hazards though, so it doesn't wipe out. Now Easy is going to be activating here. He has 5 hazard tokens. If he gets one more, he's going to wipe out and go back to first gear. Unfortunately, Rev has to push it here, but he does get 2 shift results. He's able to stay in third gear. He doesn't need to shift up, so he doesn't take a hazard from that. And he's able to cancel 2 of the hazards, so he stays at 5. Does get a little bit of a slide, and Easy pulling the e-brake gets a little bit of a drift going with that slide, making it a little bit easier for the upcoming turn. We're in third gear phase here, and Jim Bob is activating in the buggy. He's going to be staying in third gear, being that a turn is coming up. And actually, something I could have done here is use a free shift result to get rid of a hazard token, but I forgot that. And now, technically being through gate 1 here with his weapons being live, he's going to attempt to shoot his pistol, but misses. So now Herb needs to activate here. He has to try and maneuver through this mess that Big Roy's team has created. He is going to be able to make a swerve here and just avoid Esteban in the Audi. Though it is going to leave him in a precarious position facing the boxes. Rev rolling here, he manages to get 3 shifts. He's going to use those shifts to cancel the spin as well as get rid of some hazards. Rev needing to roll here because he is in gear 4 and is not a free maneuver. It's a hazardous move.
Oh my, look at that, folks. Herb with the amazing maneuver, just narrowly avoiding those boxes.
And moving on to gear phase 4 now, the pickup truck and the buggy Herb are both in 4th gear, so they're going to be activating. Big Roy, though, is not letting up. Big Roy still in 4th gear, slams his foot down to the gas, and uses a medium template here to again get another T-bone hit into Herb in the buggy. And after getting 4 hits here, managing 1 save, but again, failing 3, that's another 3 hull points down, and the buggy wipes out. Now when you wipe out, you have a short move forward. You roll to see if you explode, and then you place the model on its side, and it's taken out of action.
Oh, folks, and just like that, our first driver is down. This is why we call him Big Roy, and this is why his jersey's in the beer stand. Give it up for Big Roy. What a race, folks. We've just hit the first gate.
Alright, now I don't think there's actually turns in this game, but we've just went through an entire gear phase. So with that being said, when every vehicle is activated in their max gear, and you've moved through the gear phases, you just reset starting back with gear 1. With Easy in the lead through gate 1, but already one of Vinny's crew taken out and him being spun out on the starting line. We'll see if Big Roy's crew is able to take the lead here. Now Jim Bob in the buggy is activating. Now one thing is we have to, when we pick up a template, we have to use it, and thinking I could use a regular turn here, but unfortunately driving into the barricade.
Steering wheel's jammed. Come on. Ah!
Getting a collision roll here and actually losing 3 hull points from 3 failed saves. Seems like Jim Bob was looking at the buggy that flipped over in his rearview mirror. Now Easy is going to be activating here. We are playing with audience tokens. Rev did get an audience token. He's going to be using 1 audience token to remove D6 hazards here. He's able to remove a couple. And he's just going to stay in 3rd gear using the free shift to remove another hazard.
Seems like you missed your turn.
And Esteban is looking to catch up to Easy here, taking his Audi station wagon, getting the free shift icon. He's going to remove 1 hazard and just move with the medium template. Finally getting through gate 1, his heavy machine gun is now live.
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should be. It's all about the family.
And Vinny making a hairpin move here, Rev rolling for it, and getting 3 shifts and a spin. It's actually perfect. He's able to double clutch, shift up to second gear, removing the hazard, being in the perfect position to try and catch up. Now, Big Roy is looking to take a gentle turn. He is in gear 4, and he isn't able to necessarily take a sharp turn here. So he is going to have to plow through the boxes and through the buggy. Luckily, he has a ram, so he doesn't get any hazards from the collision. And after being smashed into, the buggy is now removed from play.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Roy. There's a reason why he's the fan favorite, folks.
So gear phase 2 here, and now Easy is activating. He's in gear 3. He's taking a gentle turn. Making his way on the outside of the turn here and getting ready for that hairpin turn coming up near gate 2.
Easy's in the lead, folks. Let's see if he can keep it up.
After slamming into the wall here and correcting himself, Jim Bob in his buggy is making a turn here. Staying in third gear, and being that it is not a hazardous move, he doesn't need to roll, but he isn't able to remove a hazard. Vinny now in second gear. This RX-7 sees the straightaway. He's going to try and get some speed here. He's going to take the free shift to be safe, get up to third gear, and taking a hazard using the medium template. Estevan using the turn template here in gear 3. Not a hazardous move, not getting any additional hazard tokens. Seeing if he can line up his heavy machine gun on Easy, but unfortunately, Easy is too far in the lead. He can't seem to get the right angle with his machine gun. Now Big Roy in fourth gear here, taking a gentle turn, just managing to make it by the barricade here.
Ho, that was close, folks. But Big Roy knows what he's doing on this track.
And now moving on to gear phase 3 here, and starting with the pole position. And starting off, we have Easy here. He's going to be an Easy, staying in third gear here, again, making his way around the bend here, trying not to accrue any more hazard tokens. Jim Bob close on the lead behind him, taking the inside of the turn with his buggy, staying in third gear as well. And has a shot with his handgun here. He's going to take his pistol, shoot it at the windshieldless buggy, that Easy in the Buick Riviera. Looking for a 4 to hit. 6 is being 2 hits, but unfortunately missing. Diesel taking his RX-7, putting it into 4th gear here, using a medium template. And accruing a hazard token as well. And now being into gear phase 4, and being in gear 4, revs activating with Vinny. In gear phase 4, he's actually going to downshift. He's going to take a medium template move downshift. Have a little bit of an easier time in the turn. Now Big Roy doesn't know how to downshift. He's staying in 4th gear and using a swerve maneuver. He has to roll for it though. Luckily getting 2 shift tokens, he's able to take away 2 hazards, stopping himself from being wiped out. And now he's going to get a T-bone hit on Vinny. Making 6 attacks here due to the difference in weight, the T-bone and the ram. Only making 1 save on a 6. Vinny takes 2 wounds on his performance car.
Oh, folks, It's amazing that RX-7 even withstood the hit from Big Roy and his famous wrecking truck.
That's the end of the gear phase 4 here. We're resetting to gear phase 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a race so far. Easy in the lead in the Riviera. We have Jim Bob in the buggy close behind for first and second place. In third place, we have Esteban in the Audi. And of course, Vinny and Big Roy, both leaders, fighting to get out of last place. Now back to the show.
Now starting off in gear phase 1 and then staying in gear 3. Taking a hard turn here in gear 3.
I got you in my sights now. Stay away from the family.
Rev moves Vinny up, and then he's going to take his rocket launcher and fire it at Herb in the buggy. Needing 4s to hit, and 6s equal 2 hits. With the buggy trying to make an evasion roll equal to its gear, unfortunately, it's not able to make its saves. And being damaged previously from crashing in the wall, it's going to take 3 additional wounds and wreck. Moving forward and rolling for the explosion check. It does in fact explode here with a medium template, making damage rolls for the explosion and Easy making evasion rolls, but only causing 1 damage to Easy as he swerves through the wreck with his gear 3 handling roll.
Oh, folks, and just like that, Jim Bob is down.
Now Big Roy is activating here. He's going to take a medium template and he's not letting up. He's going to ram into the back of Vinny and the RX-7 now. Again, the ram doesn't cause any hazard tokens. He's 1 gear ahead, so adding the gear and the ram, he's getting 3 attacks here. Luckily only getting 1 hit, needing 1 evasion roll. Vinny makes the save. And with that, Vinny now accrues 6 hazard tokens, and he's getting reset to gear phase 1, and he gets spun by Big Roy in the truck, facing the tire wall.
And Big Roy's at it again. It seems like poor Vinny and his RX-7 can't catch a break.
So now Easy is looking to veer around the wreck, not getting into a collision. Staying in gear phase 3 here. Rev's rolling for it though. Rev's canceling out the slide as Easy pulls the handbrake and uses the spin to his advantage and gets a better position for the next gate. So now Esteban is moving up here, staying in gear 3 and just making a medium template move. Still not able to get his machine guns with line of sight on Easy. And Easy's continuing to move here and make his way through gate 2. He's looking to get through the big straightaway here and get to the finish line. Esteban close behind, continuing to move. And Big Roy making a gentle turn here, being that he started off in collision with Vinny, he can just drive through him. And he's going to be making his way through the bend. So that's the end of gear phase 3 and moving on to gear phase 4. And the only vehicle in gear 4 is Big Roy, so he's going to be activating here. Big Roy in gear 4 taking a gentle turn. It's going to take him a little while, but he should make it around the turn quite soon. And that's the end of gear phase 4 here. We're going to be resetting to gear phase 1. Easy's in the lead, and he's looking to try and finish off this race. Starting off gear phase 1 here, and Easy's trying to turn around the boxes. Unfortunately, Rev picked the wrong template and ends up in a collision with the boxes.
Whoa, Easy, keep your eyes on the road when you're in the lead, huh?
And making 3 evasion rolls, being in gear 3, unfortunately not saving any, and loses 3 additional hull points. Now Esteban continuing to use the medium template here, getting ready to start making his maneuver to get around this sharp turn, staying in gear 3. And Vinny being spun out now. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Family. Rev is making a roll to try and shift up some gears here. He's going to have to push it, but he's able to cancel a hazard, shifting up to second gear and start making his way around the turn. Staying in fourth gear here and continuing his gentle maneuver around the bend. Big Roy is going to make his way. Unfortunately, he runs into Jim Bob's buggy, and hopefully Jim Bob was able to escape the wreckage before Big Roy smashes into it. And after rolling his evasion rolls, Big Roy loses 1 hull point.
Oh, folks, Big Roy smashing through Jim Bob's buggy. Big Roy doesn't like it when his crew falls short with their performance.
Esteban making a turn here in gear 3. He's going to start making his way around the bend. He's getting close behind Easy in the Riviera. Being that the heavy machine guns are not in line of sight, he's going to be taking his pistol and firing a shot at Easy in the Riviera, looking for 4s. Unfortunately missing. Gear phase 2, and Easy now is down the lawn straightaway, looking to make his way towards the finish line. He's going to use his free shift result to reduce the hazard. And Big Roy staying in fourth gear. He's going to continue his gentle turn. Getting quite close to Esteban in the Audi, but luckily not getting into a collision. Rev rolling for Vinny here. He's going to shift up to third gear. He's going to gain 2 hazards and cancel his slide. Esteban making his move. Esteban looking in the rearview mirror and seeing Big Roy's truck right behind him. He's going to roll here. And I have to push it. Now, one thing I want to note is you can choose to roll certain dice, and that's something we realized later on here, once Rev asks. But getting 2 shift results here, I'm going to shift up to 5th gear with Esteban in the Audi and gain 2 hazard tokens, but now be able to activate in the 5th gear phase. Unfortunately, the heavy machine gun hasn't been much use. Now Vinny is looking to make a turn here. This is the point where Rev's rolling. He's asking if he can just pick certain dice. And I thought I told him early on, but I also wasn't doing the same. So he's going to push it, gaining 1 hazard, but he's going to get 4 shift results here. This is the proper way to do it. He's going to shift up to 4th gear, and he's going to reduce his hazard tokens. And having 2 more shots remaining on his rocket launcher, he's going to fire it at Big Roy, looking for 4s to hit, with 6s being 2 hits. And getting 4 hits, being in gear 4, rolling 4 evasion rolls, looking for 6s. Unfortunately, Big Roy takes a direct hit, losing 4 more hull points. Now Big Roy staying in 4th gear and yelling at Esteban over the radio to step on it. He continues turning, now making his way onto the straightaway. Now Easy is looking to get around the boxes here so he doesn't smash into them and accrue more hazards. He's going to roll, and he's going to shift up to 4th gear with his shift result. He's going to get a slight spin so he could turn and not hit the boxes, but he's going to gain 2 hazards.
Easy staying in front of the pack here, folks, and he is oh so close. He just needs to cross the finish line.
And Esteban, being in 5th gear, is now able to use the lawn template. He's going to get some serious movement. He's going to have to try and get around that box. And I'm choosing to use the audience token as well, removing D6 hazard tokens and rolling high enough to remove all of them. Now Vinny is using his medium template here, Rev choosing to roll He gets 2 shift results, a spin and a hazard. He's going to use one of the results to shift up to 5th gear, cancel out the hazard, and then also use the spin to get a better angle. And using his last remaining rocket launcher round here, he's going to fire it into Big Roy. And Big Roy unfortunately is not able to make his saves here. Failing his evasion rolls, he's taking 6 additional hull points. Technically he had 1 wound left, but I thought he was out, so Big Roy's wrecked. He moves in a short template forward, and in a brilliant fashion, which is one of the reasons why the crew loves Big Roy, he explodes, fortunately not hitting any other cars around him.
Oh, folks, did not see that coming. Vinny has taken out Big Roy.
That's the end of the gear phase here. Now moving on to the next activation, and Easy is in 5th gear. Making his way around the boxes, having 5 hazard tokens, he's able to cross the finish line. The referees wave the flag.
And that's the race. Easy crosses the finish line in the 66 Buick Riviera. Vinny and his crew are the victors today. Give them a round of applause, folks.
Easy in 1st place, Esteban in 2nd, and with Vinny in 3rd place, and all the other cars being wrecked on the field.
Well, what a race, folks, huh? Unfortunately, Big Roy was taken out, but don't worry, he'll be back better than ever before. Let's get a round of applause for our new race team leader and champion of this week's death race, Vinny and the FD RX-7 and the family.
Well, this is our first game of Gaslands Refuelled, and I gotta say this was a lot of fun. Shout out to Rev for printing all the terrain and printing the templates, including the dice for us to use. We didn't know if the dice would actually work, but they seem to work pretty well. And shout out to Rev for doing a great job with his cars as well. Well, I gotta say, I was thoroughly impressed with this game. I highly recommend checking it out. This will not be the last game of Gaslands Refuelled. In fact, we're planning on building more cars, making some more race crews, and featuring this game, hopefully, a lot more on the channel. So let me know if you'd like to see more Gaslands on the channel. Always leaving a like or commenting on the video really helps with the algorithm. That'll give me some motivation to put some hard work editing and make some more of these. Well, we have some hobby videos coming up, including a video covering the Turkish faction in K-47, a George Washington miniature conversion for Conflict, as well as a very special video leading up to the invasion of America. Well, my name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again to our channel members here and our Twitch subs. It really means a lot. Without your support, these videos wouldn't be possible. We have a ton of different battle reports here on the channel for you to watch. And until the next video, keep rolling high on those dice.